Are we in business? Hi, welcome back to my channel. It's Jordan. Happy New Year. The last video I posted, I think it was either in October or November. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. A lot of life has happened since then. I got a camera. I've dedicated myself to being more consistent on this channel this new year, so we'll see how that goes. If the resolution doesn't work, the resolution doesn't work. But I have videos planned up until February. Are those videos filmed yet? No. Did it take me forever to film this one? Yes. Was this supposed to be up January 1st? Yes. Does that matter right now? No. It's a new day. It's a new video. It's a new me. New year, new me. But today I wanted to kind of reflect on the year that I had, because 2020, yep, that's definitely the year we just had. 2022 was a year. That's all it was. It was a year. It was a lot that I had to learn last year, and I'm sure that we all kind of had that experience where there were things that we had to learn. You know, I wanted to compile all the lessons that I learned in 2022 and kind of make this video as like a video diary for me. I think that's so important, to have something to look back on and think like, okay, this is where I was when I was 18, 19 years old, and this is where I am now. And so I got the idea to do the cheesy 2020. Oh my god, can I like speak? I got the idea to do the cheesy 22 things I learned in 2022 as we're going into this new year. I have my beautiful, beautiful journal right here. Just give her a moment, please. If I could do like those TikTok edits, I would make an edit of this journal, because she's just so like, look at the cold pages.
I guess I'm just a play date to you.
So yeah, basically I have all of my notes written in here. I have some on my computer because I have bad wrists. I can't write for that long. And 22 things that you learned is quite a lot of things to have been learning. Okay, without further ado, let's just get started. If you like this video, give me a like, give me a thumbs up, subscribe, leave a comment, do all those things that, you know, everybody tells you to do. You don't need me telling you to do it. You know what to do. And if you don't like me, sorry. No, that's not what we're gonna do. That's not the energy that we're on in 2023. If you don't like me, sucks for you. Anyway, 22 things I learned in 2022. Number 1, nothing lasts forever. Like, literally nothing. This kind of is a good thing and a bad thing, is what I'm learning, and is what I have learned this year, because let's face it, good things don't always last, but also bad things don't last that long either. Good times are going to come, bad times are going to come, but the one thing that you can rely on, and the one thing that is always going to be consistent, is change. And like, that's kind of paradoxical, because change literally signifies things always changing, but that's the one thing that you can always count on, and that's the one thing that you can find sort of solace in. And the most beautiful thing about that is that so are you, so are we. We're constantly changing. I'm not the same person I was last year, and I don't want to be, because the world is not the same that it was last year. I don't see things the same way that I did last year, because I'm growing up and things are changing and people are moving on, and you have to get with it or get lost, honestly. Number 2, consistency over motivation. You're never going to want to do that thing. You know, that thing that is super good for you and you really should have done it like 3 weeks ago, but you haven't had the energy to. What you have to do is just be consistent with it and use that as your motivation. Motivation comes and goes. It's a fleeting feeling. You need to rely on your consistency and your productivity, and not the random spur of the moment. Oh, I want to go and do this. Number 3, take baby steps. Yes, consistency is great. Yes, trying hard is great. Yes, working hard is great, but you know yourself, and where you are now is miles different than where you were before. And that's a big change. You have to give yourself grace. You have to give yourself that period of time to say, okay, whoa, things are changing, things are moving. How am I handling that? Do I need to take a little bit of a break? Do I need to take a little bit of a breather? I think it's just so important to be in touch with yourself and to know what your limits are. Just take the steps, even if they're little. Number 4, enjoy the journey. I know this sounds like a Hallmark card, and a lot of these probably do, but I feel like some advice is just good advice. You will never be exactly as you are right now. Every second that passes on, you're 1 second older, you're 2 seconds older, you're 3 seconds older, and you're never going to be that ever again. Now that sounds sad, that sounds morbid, but it's true. And so all we can do, because we can't change time, is just enjoy the moments and enjoy the journey and be grateful of where we are. Number 5, finish that book. You know, that one that you said you were going to read last year but you never got around to. That very one. Read it. Finish it. You might learn something. You might hate it. And you might realize, maybe I don't like reading books like this. Maybe I should try out this book, or maybe I should try out that one. Just always try and better yourself. Even if it's fiction books. Look at me. I love my fiction books. I'm on Book Talk. How many books that I bought because of Book Talk? It's a small number, and I'm really proud of myself for it being such a small number. I think the only 2 that I really bought were like at the height of quarantine. They both died at the end, and We Were Liars. Hated We Were Liars. Love They Both Died at the end. I cried harder than I've ever cried reading a book. But We Were Liars, I'm not gonna get into it because a huge spoiler. There's a huge plot twist, and I appreciate the plot twist. But like, it was just like, at some point it was just like, be for real, you know. I just went on a tangent. You weren't here to hear me talk about books. That's not why you clicked on this video. Probably. If you did, it's your lucky day, because who would have thought? But what I'm trying to say is, read a book, do it. It was good for you. Number 6, there is no such thing as wasted time. I hate that phrase so much, and I think I used it so much, and I think I still have to rewire my brain to not use it as much as I usually do, because it's so non-existent. It does not exist. We don't have forever, but we do have right now. All you can do is live in this moment and live in the present. All you did today was scroll on your phone or watch a new Netflix TV series. That's okay. And if that's all you do tomorrow, that's okay too. Because you could have done something more productive, but we need those days to relax, to rejuvenate, to learn, to enjoy ourselves. Do what you do and don't worry about whether this is what you should be doing or not, or whether this is a waste of your time or not. All time is precious, but no time is wasted. Number 7, feel it. I think this was a really big lesson I had to learn in 2022, because a lot of my life is me pushing down feelings and ignoring them and kind of, you know, ignoring the problem until it goes away. Sometimes you just have to sit with it and you have to feel it, and it hurts and it's raw and you don't want to feel it, but you have to, because that's how you grow. Number 8, try. Whatever it is, however you do it, just try. You don't have to give too much, but just a little bit of effort can go a long way. Just try. Number 9, your life isn't identical to anybody else's. Sure, there are kids on TikTok or Instagram or on the news app that you see and they're like, wow, 8-year-old just saved the world with their beautiful singing voice, or 12-year-old just won the Nobel Peace Prize for saving a reservoir. Something crazy, something insane that you were not accomplishing at that young age. Or it could even be, you know, I'm 19 years old and there's 19-year-olds that are out winning Grammys and doing all these wonderful things and starting their own businesses and stuff like that. And it's so easy to get caught up in that and think, oh my god, like, I am such a failure. I'm literally doing nothing with my life. But these people are amazing. That's why they're on this pedestal, because they are amazing. That doesn't mean that you aren't too. You can't compare your journey to theirs when you are 2 entirely different people, and you can't get lost in that. What if I started earlier? What if I tried harder? What if I was a little bit different? What if I was more charismatic? What if I was, you know, what? It's such a horrible cycle to get into, and it's so dangerous. Don't do it. Just accept yourself, accept your journey, and move forward in the way that best suits you. I have to answer a text. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. You know those sneezes where like it just builds up and then it goes away. Hate those. Hate it. Number 10. People's perception of you is not your responsibility, nor is it reality. I say this so often. It was kind of like my mantra. Whoa. That was kind of scary. Okay.
How many people were scared? Me too. I was really, really scared.
Okay. It was kind of my mantra in 2022. I think a lot of my friends got annoyed by me saying it, but I think it's a good lesson. I think it was super important for me because once I realized it, I was like, wait, like, you know those moments where you think something or you say something really smart and you're like, where did that come from? Who said that? That was not an original thought. That's what this was for me. The moment that I realized it, it kind of just hit me because it's so important to know. If you're anything like me, you're not the same person you used to be. You may not like the same things. You may not do the same things. You may not allow the same things. That one gets people. Sometimes people, whether it's subconscious or not, can make you feel bad for changing. And you don't have to feel bad for changing. You don't have to fit in those same boxes that you used to fit in. You don't have to fit in the box at all. You can be your own box. Make your box. Jump out of the box. Burn the box. Burn the box. Number 11, you don't always have to be right. This one got it a little bit. This one got it a little bit. Because, not to toot my own horn, but I usually am right. I pride myself on being right a lot of the times. But am I right all of the time? No. And it's okay to accept that and admit that you're wrong. Oh, big lesson. Oh, imagine admitting when you're wrong. Oh, wow. So healthy. So healthy. That's gonna be us in 2023. That's gonna be us. Number 12. People don't hate you. But if they do, that's their problem. Goes back to the intro when I was like, oh, if you guys hate me, sorry. Because I literally just assume that everybody hates me. Like, hates my guts. Like, even people that I walk by at school, I'm like, oh, she probably hates me. Why, when you've never spoken to her in your entire life? Why would she hate you? She doesn't even know you. I know sometimes it feels like it, but you are not a burden to everybody. And people don't hate you. They don't think you're weird or stupid or ugly or whatever thing you've concocted in your head. It's probably just in your head. But if it is true to somebody and they do think that of you, that's literally on them. We are all grown adults here, or going on being grown adults. You can't facilitate who likes you and who doesn't, and you can't waste energy on that because it's so tiring and it's so boring. It's ridiculous. Don't do that. Number 13, loneliness. Number 13, loneliness. I promise you I know how to speak. I promise you I know how to speak. I promise you I learned ages ago. Loneliness does not equal being alone. You may be in a dry spell where you don't have a lot of friends. You just might be alone by yourself a lot of the time, and that's okay. Learn from that period, grow from that period, but know that there are always going to be people that care about you and people that are in your corner silently rooting for you. We're almost done with this. We're getting through it. Okay. Number 14, speak up for yourself, for what you care about, for others. Just speak up. Your voice matters. Your words are important. And if people don't want to listen to them, you need to make them listen. Number 15, you can change your mind. And you don't always need to explain why. Number 16, your peace comes first. I don't care if people say it's selfish. I don't care if people think that you're being isolated or whatever it is. Your peace and your comfort in yourself comes before anything else in this world. Number 17, drink more water. It is 60% of our bodies. And I just know you have not had enough of it today. Go drink it right now. Go drink it. Go do it. I'll watch. I'll join you actually. There you go. Number 18. you are not made up of the things that haunt you. You can be anxious, you can be sad, you can be angry, you can be all these different things, but they don't define you. They're just feelings. I literally just finished filming the video, and I was taking a video of my journal so you could see like the written numbers that I did, and I realized I did not go over number 19. I don't know how, I don't know where my brain was, but number 19 was fear is just the absence of comfort. I came to this realization after I performed in front of a live audience for the first time in November. Performed original music in front of anybody that wasn't my friends or my family, or you know, somebody that knew me basically. And I was so scared, I was so nervous to do it. After I did it, I immediately wanted to do it again and again and again, and I realized that I really enjoyed it. And the thing that made me so afraid to do it in the first place was just because it was something that I hadn't done before, because it was something that was out of my comfort zone. So my advice to you is just to try that thing, but don't psych yourself out just because of fear, because fear isn't real. It's just the absence of comfort. My categories. Number 20. They're probably not thinking about you. Maybe it's time to move on. Just a suggestion. Just a little, you know, just a little. Number 21. Keep a journal, or if you're like me and you have awful wrists that can't handle writing more than one paragraph, a computer journal, or you know, an electronic diary. That sounds a little bit better. I have way too much to say to write it all the time, but I still feel the need to get my voice out there and to get what I'm feeling in this current moment out. And so what I'll do is, I have, not sponsored, but if y'all want to sponsor me, let me know. One day they're gonna sponsor me. But I use Notion, and on there I keep like a little electronic journal. I've sectioned it off so that it's every month I have like this page, because you can make sub pages, and then I just put all my journals from that month. Also, I was always a kid, like in elementary school, it was so sad, but I would always run around with like this little diary that I got from Justice. If you know where Justice is, you are a real one. I honestly still wish that I would fit into the Justice clothes because they were so elite. But I used to keep this diary, and I literally just found like my diary from first or second grade. And reading it is so funny, and it's so insane because these were the things that I cared about at that time. Like, I was worried about who was liking who, or my mom being upset with me for the dog pooping in the house. Like, that's what I was worried about in first or second grade. And it's just so funny to think about how much has changed since then. But it's also so important to me to have those records of little 6-year-old, 7-year-old me, because she's still in here. Even if you want to do, like, I also, because like I said, bad wrists, and I don't always feel like writing things out. Sometimes I just talk into my phone, all my voice memos, and I'm thinking about doing it on here. I'll get into that I'm definitely going to do it. I'll get into that at a later date. There's like a title for it and everything. There's like a TM. Well, do you say like TM, or do you say something else? I don't know. It's my brand. I'll get into it. You'll see. We're gonna be consistent, so you'll see. But just talk, write it down, do whatever you have to do. Just get those words out. Get them out, please. Oh my god, are we on the last one? I was just talking for like 30 minutes. Number 22. Hold on to dreams. No matter how long you've dreamed them, no matter how far away they seem, just hold on to them. Life is so short, and regret is so long, and you don't want to reach the end of your life. This is literally my biggest fear ever, and just be sitting there and you're like, oh my god, I did none of the things that I've always wanted to do. Genuinely something that keeps me up at night. I'm like, I can't let that be my life. You owe it to you now, and you owe it to childhood you. You owe it to teenage you. You owe it to young adult you to chase after those dreams and just follow wherever they take you. You don't always have to stick to the same dreams. Sometimes dreams change. Sometimes you change, and that's fine too. But just do what you want to do, and don't be influenced by anybody else. A little bonus, because of course I'm not just gonna do 22. Why? That's too predictable, and I'm unpredictable. I'm wild. I'm a wild child. I live on the edge. I'm different. I'm not like other girls. I'm done. A bonus. This was a hard year. A lot has happened in the world and in my own personal life, and it's been hard. Because life is hard. But don't let it harden you. Keep your bright, keep your joy, keep your energy, and most of all, keep on loving. Keep on choosing love. Don't deprive the world of your beauty or your brightness or your joy or your love, no matter how much hate there is out there, because maybe we need that. Maybe the hate and everything going on is what makes us realize that the choice is always love. And that's the best advice I can give you. Choose love all the time. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned something. I hope 2023 is full of blessings for you, for your family, for whatever you have going on. I hope all those dreams come true because you deserve them and they deserve you. So I'll see you next week with another video. Yes, I'm manifesting it right now. I have not made it yet, but I know what it should be. I think I have to check my calendar. But see you later.